The sound it gives is a. So every letter has a sound. It doesn't mean that you are writing down the sound, you are writing down the letter. And the sound of the letter will vary depending on its association with the words it succeeds or precedes. Right? Just as you are affected by your friends. If you mingle with good people, you will have good qualities. If you mingle with bad people, you will have bad qualities. Similarly, for example, you say, see. How do you pronounce? See. The pronunciation you remember? Don't remember. Okay. I repeat. Cycle, here it is. Sound is there. The second C is a k. Sound is there. K. Not K. K. Sound is there. Cycle. Then you have a k. Sound is there. K and S fused together. Then again you have sh. Sound is there. Social. Okay. Then you have C sound is there, but this is not pronounced. So how do you write? Indict. Indicted. Not indicted. So this is the difference. So this is why I say you must pay some attention when it comes to speaking the language, particularly English. You must have some idea, at least a basic idea about how the letters are pronounced and how the sound of a letter is influenced by the presence of some other letters close to them. For here, you see C is associated with I, then it becomes sh sound. When two C's come, it becomes sound. Then see, this is an anomaly where C is there but is not pronounced, so we call it as indicted. You can say there was a time that Mani was indicted in the bribery case. Mani was indicted. It is moreover a legal term. You can copy it. Indicted, indictment. You say indictment, not indictment. So you must use it that way, indict. Okay, so this is the reason, this is the first problem when you come across the or the, etc. Now let's move on to a or an. As I said earlier, a is used before a word begins with a consonant sound. A bench, a school, a boy, a college, etc. An orange, an Indian, an elephant, an MP, a member of parliament. So there are exceptions. The problem you will come across is in some words H or E is not pronounced. So here is it, how do you pronounce? An hour. So H is literally silent. So therefore an is used. So H is there but it's not pronounced. Therefore it is an hour late. A year later. A year. Y is a semi-vowel. Sometimes. A year later, not an year later. Okay, a year later. But a university student. So here you will have that university, something like that. So although you write the letter U, but the sound it gives is similar to that of Y or U. Therefore, it is A is used. It's not an university student. Okay, an hour later, and sometimes we use A and an, as it's the case in. Then a year later, a university, a European. Then you might ask me why. E is there, U is there, why can't it be an European? Because the sound exactly is U, a European. So that is something you have to bear in mind, that the pronunciation of or the usage of a or an will depend on the pronunciation. I hope it's clear, right? Let's move on to the second one, that is therefore these two are called indefinite article, and that will be when it can be numbered an or a, when it is numbered. Okay, now let's move on to the second one, that is called the definite article. Definite article, I shall give you examples, many examples. Number one, write it down. Number one, water bodies. First you write the areas, then I will give you examples. Water bodies, mountain ranges, landmark buildings, hotels, mountain ranges you have written already, hotels, then planets, republics, acronyms, ACRONYMS. Acronyms means short forms like UNO, BBC, etc. That's what we call acronyms. Musical instruments, etc. Now let's write the examples of each. What is the first one? Water bodies. Okay, oceans, the Arabian Ocean. Write one example. The Arabian Ocean, A and O, capital letter. Ocean. The Bay of Bengal. The Pacific Ocean. I'm coming. The Pacific Ocean, the Bay of Bengal, then add one sea. The Mediterranean Sea, write any name of a sea. The Arabian Sea or something. The Pacific Ocean, the Arabian Sea. Then rivers, you write one example, the Periyar, the Bharatapuzha, the Ganges, the Krishna, the Godavari. All those things will be there. Right? That's clear. Then you have Suez Canal, the Suez Canal, the Suez Canal. Then straits, the Hormuz Strait, HORMUZ, Strait, STRAIT, Kadalidugur. The Hormuz Strait. Right? Islands. You have to use with islands. You name an island. The Lakshadweep, that's right. The Minicoy. The Andaman and Nicobar. Right? Those are with water bodies. But you don't use the with lakes. You don't use lake with lakes. Instead, how will you write? Lake Dal, Kashmir. Lake Victoria of Africa. Write down. Don't use the with lakes. Lake Victoria, Lake Dal. Is it okay? So water bodies we finished. Number two. What is? Mountain ranges, the Himalayas, the Alps, the Kilimanjaro, any, you write one or two. So ranges means it has many mountains in it. And when it comes to mount, don't use the. Never ever use the with mountain. Example, Mount Everest. Don't say the Everest. Mount Everest. I don't know, because that's a practice. Don't use mountain. It is a range of small mountains. The Western Ghats, you can use it. Suppose if you mention a particular mount, don't use it. The Western Ghats. The Western Ghats is one. I don't know the history of it. It's only one mount, then you don't use it. Mount Anamudi, that's how it should be called. Right? Clear? Mountain ranges, but not with mounts. Number 3, what's the third one? Landmark buildings. Okay, the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China. The Burj Al Khalifa. The Burj Al Khalifa. The World Trade Center. The Qutb Minar, etc., etc. The Red Fort. Major landmark buildings. Okay, what next? The Secretariat, yes, because it's specific. Because it is one for Kerala, the Secretariat, definitely. The headquarters, the police headquarters. Yes, next. Hotels. You write any, the Hilton, the Leela, the Hilton, the Leela, the Maurya, the Chola, the Kabinski. Any. Next. Planets. Oh, okay. Planets. The Earth. The Moon. You can use the with all the planets. And next. Republics. Yeah. The KSA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The KSA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The PRC, the People's Republic of China. The BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. So short forms, that's what I meant by acronym. The United Nations, the UN. The Supreme Court, the High Court, the District Court. Yes, next. Musical instruments, the bongos, the guitar, the piano. Right? Next. That's all. Okay. So the exceptions are more important. Yes. Body parts. Body parts. All body parts. Yes. Body parts. The kidney, the heart, the eye, you can use it. Human body. The head, the leg, the liver, the kidney, etc. Okay? Then next, we use the with the radio, on the radio. On the radio, right? The exceptions are there. On the radio. I heard your voice on the radio. But I watched you on TV, not on the TV. But I watched you on TV. So with TV we don't use the, with radio we use the. Then on the internet, it's available on the internet, The information is available at www.com. If it's a site, at. So these are the common mistakes we commit in our day-to-day activities. At. Then you have, well, I am available on which number? 904. Available on. Telephone number. Anything else to do with any questions? And now, a few more. When it represents a group altogether, you use the article noun. When it represents a group, for example, monkey or jasmine or rose, when it represents a group or a community, use noun. For example, you write it, the monkey is an interesting animal, it's a funny animal, the monkey. So it means that it represents the monkey community altogether. The monkey. When you say the people, you have a particular people in your mind, the people of India. People means general. The people, particular people. The monkey. The lion is a ferocious animal, almost. Then you can use it. The rose is a beautiful flower, the rose. Then we also use it to represent a community. For example, the rich, the poor. Yes, the rich, the poor. Means the rich people, the poor people. Right. Any other? The rich, the poor. Then let me see if there is any collective ones. Okay, there is one, representative. That is what you have written here. Representative noun. Representative article. Then one more occasion is there. When you mean, when the writer or the speaker mean a particular thing, you can use that. For example, you and I talked about a book last time. When you have come here to attend my class now, I can ask you, did you buy the book? Which book? The book that I told you to buy. Did you buy the book? Did you meet the person? That's another aspect. That or this, other, ഇത് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന അതല്ല ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ പറയുന്ന ആർട്ടിക്കിളാണ്. Okay? Did you meet the boy we are referring to? The speaker and the listener know what we are talking about. അതാണ് അവിടുത്തെ അർത്ഥം. That എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ this, that, those, this. അത് വേറെ. അത് ഇത്. But ഇത് reference to an article. Okay? Yes. That's all I remember now. The. And there is not used with, that's exceptions are important, because recent PUC examinations will always have this. There is not used with abstract nouns. Abstract nouns. I shall explain right now. Metals, etc. For example, what do you mean by abstract noun? Hunger, enmity, friendship, love, hatred. Abstract. Something that you cannot experience. You can experience, but you cannot touch it. That's what we call abstract. Hunger, love, affection, friendship, respect, courage, enmity. Don't use the before it. And also with metals, lead, gold, iron. Clear? Yes. Any questions? Shall I move further? These are some of the things I remember. Any questions? Any doubts? Why not? You mean a particular president. You mean the President of India. The President. The Parliament. ഒരു പ്രത്യേക ആളിനെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ദ ഉപയോഗിക്കാം. ബട്ട് വി ഡോണ്ട് യൂസ് ബിഫോർ പേഴ്സണൽ പ്രൊനൗൺസ്. അതുകൂടെ എഴുതിക്കണം. വി ഡോണ്ട് യൂസ് ബിഫോർ അബ്സ്ട്രാക്ട് നൗൺസ് ആൻഡ് പിന്നെന്താ മെറ്റൽസ് ആൻഡ് പേഴ്സണൽ പ്രൊനൗൺസ്. ലൈക്ക് വാട്ട്സ് യുവർ നെയിം? നെയിം എന്താ? ഹലി. ഹലീൽ. ഹലി. ഓക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ വി ഡോണ്ട് സേ ദ ഹലി. The Dubai we don't use, the Trivandrum we don't use proper nouns, but we can use what's your name? Akhil. If Akhil maybe with your wife or children visited, so the Akhils visited us, meaning you, your family. In such a case we can use it, the Akhils, meaning wife, husband, children together. Representing a family together, the Akhils. Otherwise we cannot use the before a proper noun unless it is a landmark buildings of some nature, particular thing, only one unique. I hope you understand. Is it clear? So you will be able to answer any questions on articles. Yes or no? Sure? 100%? If you have any questions, ask me. I'll clear.